vaguely remember before I came to university even, I never really used the library very much at all.
When I had been around my dad's university with him, we went back and looked around, and it was kind of this really gloomy in here. This is not where I want to be studying. But then I came here to Montfort, and there's just colour and life everywhere.
Libraries have always been something that I've been quite afraid of with having dyslexia, but the facilities that have been available here sort of opened my eyes a lot to using the library.
Because they sort of got rid of the whole shush factor. It makes you feel like you want to come to the library because it's like a nice sort of atmosphere. It's like not too loud and not too quiet, so there's always stuff going on, and it's like a nice place to sort of work.
I spend a lot of my time in here. The staff support is absolutely fantastic. There's sort of desks all over the place where you can go and visit the staff and ask them for any help, but also they've got roving staff members who just sort of walk around and just make sure that everything's going okay. If you see a member of staff walking past, they're always happy to help. That's what they're there for. They're very, very approachable. You can just say, hey, can you help me with this? And if they can't do it, if they're too busy, they'll point you to someone who can.
Within the library, each faculty is assigned a particular librarian. For instance, I'm a psychology student, so we have a psychology librarian. So that person is knowledgeable about psychology. If I ever get stuck on a piece of coursework, or if I'm having problems in the particular area which I'm looking at, I can talk to them and they'll be able to redirect me in an area which is slightly more appropriate.
It always amazes me, the depth of knowledge that the staff have. Some of the subject-specific librarians were able to pinpoint very accurately particular papers and so on. I think I would have found it almost impossible to try and track down that kind of knowledge.
There's a specific support network laid out in the library in an area known as the Learning Development Zone. It has specialist facilities in there with specialist computers, with easy-to-use Zoom functions, easy-to-use keyboards. But there's also a whole network of support staff, and there's a possibility for sort of one-on-one tutorials to help with any essay problems you might have, or need on presentations or anything like that. And they can be sort of booked in advance by coming in and arranging an appointment, or you can do it through the Just Ask system online.
When I arrived here, I was allocated one-to-one learning support with Linda, and I see her twice a week, and we always meet in the library. A majority of the time we're on the computer, and she's helping me with typing for me and just giving me the right kind of support that I need.
For a long time I actually had problems like constructing essays and stuff. That was really one of my weak points. What I was able to do is actually come into the library and get a bunch of leaflets which are available with actually kind of like how to structure essays, how to write them in a more cohesive and more fluid way.
There's pamphlets all throughout the library that help you like in particular areas, whether it be the computers, whether it be how to collect resources, so obviously how to look for a book in the library, how to look online for a book.
All of the resources that you've got access to inside the building, you've pretty much got access to all of them outside of the building as well from your own home computers. So you can access sort of the library catalogue where you can search for all of the books, and also all through the journals and all through the media loans section as well. But there's also access to things that the library doesn't have in hard copy. It provides them on the computer, so you've got access to the Athens account, a means of accessing loads and loads of online journals from across the world. So you can access stuff that Cambridge publishes and Harvard publishes through their journals.
It's a real benefit being able to search through for books before you come to the library. They're in the library without sort of walking all the way across from home.
You're able to log on, look through their databases. So, for example, I find Emerald particularly useful. It has a lot of marketing journals in that, and I'm able to access them remotely and print them off, which is the same as actually physically coming in and looking at the journal itself.
It's not just academic. Within textiles, I use like a lot of visual resources, which I can actually find in the library, ranging through slides that are available and the journals.
They have all of the sort of key videos and DVDs that you might need for your course, films and movies, TV programmes that might be relevant.
Now, if there's anything you do need, you can normally find it somehow, somewhere within the library.
I've benefited a lot from the library being 24-hour, so it's been really handy to be able to come in here at, say, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning and still be able to work.
I have been in here a few nights, I must admit, early in the morning doing my coursework, and it is still a very pleasant atmosphere. It's really great. It's quite surprising how many people use the library at scary hours in the morning. It is a little bit quieter, obviously. You just got your sort of security staff wandering around, and then just the odd person sort of reading away.
They've got these 3 absolutely fantastic little machines that you just go onto them, and they just scan your card and you just put your books on top and it checks them out automatically. And then also, because 24 hours a day you'll need to return books, so you can just put them through a letterbox and it just takes them off your account in like seconds flat.
The computer resources I think are amazing. There's just computers everywhere. Stand-up computers if you just want to pop in and check your email. 2 floors of computers if you want to sit down and do some coursework. Got all sort of programs relating to your courses, basic sort of Microsoft package which you need, and connection to the internet. So if you don't have it at home, then that's great.
They've got Photoshop on there. I think Illustrator's on there as well. So when I was doing my web designing, I was able to update it and get things from the internet as well.
I've been doing a lot of Photoshop work, and I wanted to print something on. I thought I'd have to go to a private photocopier shop, and I realised that facility is actually available in the library, and the IT technician told me exactly what I needed to be able to do that, and I brought that to him, and it was quite simple, and he did it for me within 5 minutes, which made me produce something that I didn't think I'd be able to get on a larger scale without the extra stress.
You can come in and just check your email. If you have a brainwave in the middle of the day, you can start on an essay. And then it's really good because they've got a system called net storage where you can just store something on the library network and you can access it from any computer in the country, which is really, really useful.
When you come to university, a lot of people think that you're going to have to go out and buy a printer or a computer or a scanner. But there's no need to necessarily do that. There's over 400 computers in the library. You've got full photocopying, scanning facilities as well. So for those people that perhaps can't afford to bring all those things to university, you're not going to miss out.
What's particularly good about this library are there are quiet areas, so if you want to sit and study and write in quiet, then you can.
They've sort of revamped the whole of the ground floor into this, they call it the learning zone. It's basically a group work area where you can just come in, sit down and chill out.
I've used the learning zone a lot since it's opened. We've sat in here until late into night, 5 or 6 of us just going through our notes, and it's been a good way to sort of get together, and I think it's helped all of us.
It's really helpful to come here, have somewhere we can sit down, open up a few laptops, just sit around a big table together.
You can also hire laptops out from the library itself, and that's sort of free to do. And that also sort of comes into its own with the syndicate rooms, which are private rooms for you to practice presentations in. They hold sort of about 8 to 10 people, and they've got audio-visual hookup like DVD players, video players, plasma screens. You can access laptops in there.
You find lots of groups of students from lots of different years and courses throughout the learning zone. You find it's a very friendly environment. There's times when it can get a bit loud, there's going to be lots of people working, but you'll always find there's a table or somewhere to sit, and you'll find a quiet corner. You'll always find somewhere to get your work done as well.
Another great thing about down here, and we actually have a cafe attached as well, because sometimes you just need a caffeine kick to keep you going.
It's kind of changed my kind of idea of what a library actually is, I think. It's opened up what you can do, and it's more of an environment to come and actually just learn. The fact that you can just come in anytime pretty much, use the internet, print off anything, photocopy anything. I don't think I would have been able to achieve all the things I would have been able to achieve without the amount of resources that we've got here.
It integrates sort of lots of aspects into one building. You can stay in the library all day if you wanted and feel quite comfortable.
One of the things that I was worried about when I first came to university was with the depth of study that was required. Where was I going to find all these resources? Where was I going to find all these references and theory to put into my papers? But the library's helped me achieve that through being such a comfortable environment, having such a wide range of resources on such a vast array of topics available.
Next year, for my second year, it would be a place that I'd be going every day to use the facilities, whether it's ranging from the internet to just checking my emails, to using Photoshop, to researching a book, and even just speaking to a member of staff about something I'm not sure of. It's something that's approachable and something that I enjoy, and I know I'm going to probably do it every day that I'm at uni.